Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on, everybody? U.S. Open Finals Sunday. Mac. Mac was here early. He put in a comment. Jersey Gal, hello. Mike. Oh, I got my Mike, I have the my fantasy team opened on another page of my internet. Max, how you doing, Max? Here we go. Players are walking out on court right now. Jannik Sinner, Carlos Alcaraz, 3 straight finals in the majors together. And actually, they have 4 straight finals because they played in the final of Madrid, I want to say. They played in the final of Madrid. That was Jannik Sinner's first match back from the suspension. And Carlos Alcaraz took that one on the clay. And, man, this is exciting. Jannik Sinner trying to defend his title at the U.S. Open. He'd be the first player to do that since Roger Federer in, I don't remember what year. Some year in the 2000s. I think it may have been 2008 is the last time that happened. So that is exciting. Obviously, we'd love to see some history made. And then, the conversation would just continue about Jannik Sinner, Carlos Alcaraz. Are they really the new two, or are they going to fade out? They're the new two. You gotta get behind them. They're head and shoulders above everybody else. Think of this: Novak Djokovic has been to the semis of every slam this year. And he is still head and shoulders above everybody else. He's still that much better than Taylor Fritz. He still dominated Taylor Fritz. And then Carlos Alcaraz goes out there and dominates Novak Djokovic. Like, there are no players out there that can compete. What's going on, Mac? Thank you for the hype. So there's a couple of questions in the air, right? 2 questions in the air as far as these 2 players. One, Carlos Alcaraz, despite beating Novak Djokovic very handily, he still looked sloppy. He hit a lot of errors. Let's see if we can go find his match from yesterday. Look at a couple of his stats. No, not yesterday. Friday. Here we go. So, 3 sets. He still hit a lot of errors. Of course, tons of winners as well. 31 winners. Threw in a couple double faults. The drop shot was ugly on Friday. Now let's take a look at Jannik Sinner's. So Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner, the question for Jannik Sinner is his the abdominal issue that he may or may not have suffered in the second set. The miles per hour on his serve dipped significantly in the third and fourth sets, dropping off about 7 to 8 miles per hour on average. So that's something to keep an eye on. But he played one more set than Carlos and hit far fewer errors. Jannik Sinner is he is playing some lockdown. Uh, he has nearly been picture perfect. The only stumbles that he had this tournament were against Shapovalov and, of course, FAA, who was a much tougher opponent, arguably, than Djokovic on Friday. And yeah, this is a tough one to call. Who are you going with? Thank you for the likes already on the video. Up to 6 likes. They've been live for, what, like 5 minutes? 10 minutes? Who are you going for in this one? Jannik Sinner or Carlos Alcaraz? I already know Mac. Mac, you're already going for Sinner. I will give you my favorite here in just a few minutes. Naked Eyes. Welcome. Thank you for the like on the video. What a show we have these last 3 majors. The first major finals that Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz play against each other, and then they play 3 back-to-back-to-back. First one at the French, Wimbledon, and now the U.S. Open. It's actually surprising that this is the first time they had, just this year, this is the first year where we've seen their first major final appearances against each other. But you've watered the plants. Did you do the dishes? Did you go to the grocery store? Hey, I just guessed that. Went to the grocery store. You're ready. You're ready to lock in and just watch. That's funny. I got up, got a few things done, and have just been waiting for this match eagerly. Players are serving. Yeah. Thank you very much. I love to hear it. I hope that I hope that we have a good time and that we get a very good competitive match. So, my favorite for this match, I got to go Jannik. He's been locked down tennis, and he's got to feel the frustration and the burden of having to pull out of that Cincinnati match when he was dominating. And the here's another thing I haven't mentioned yet. The number 1 spot is up for grabs. Whoever wins this match will be the new world number 1. So that's huge. And nothing left to do but to watch and to enjoy. But that is my prediction. Jannik Sinner in 4. Get ready, because Jannik Sinner is going to serve first. Nobody liked the ending of the Cincinnati match. That was miserable. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Comes in on a short ball. Jannik Sinner up 15 early. Match done and dusted. Kidding. Be dramatic. Yes, the number one ranking is up for grabs. Serve to the forehand of Carlos, to the forehand of Sinner. Backhand from Carlos, short. Jannik up to it. First winner of the match. Here we go. Sinner serves. A fault. Up the middle. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. In a corner. Sinner there with a forehand, but he hits it out. That was a big, scary shot from Alcaraz. I forgot to mention anything about Carlos Alcaraz's shaved head too. The shaved head gives Carlos an advantage. He's more aerodynamic. Serve. Fault. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Forehand from Sinner goes out. 30. Novak Djokovic has never even defended at the U.S. Open. Serve. Fault. Serve to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner goes out. Big shot from Alcaraz. And Alcaraz brings up a break point. 3 points in a row. Coming back from love 30 down. Serve. To the forehand of Alcaraz. That's in the net. We're going to deuce. Oh. I hope y'all are hydrated. I hope y'all are hydrated. Oh. I don't even have any Diet Cokes or Diet Pepsis or anything. Serve. Fault. Basquiat. We need a prediction. Serve. Backhand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz again to the backhand of Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz. Forehand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner. Hits the tape. It's still in. Forehand from Alcaraz goes out. Longest rally of the match so far. It's probably 13 shots. Yeah, nailed it. 13 shots. Nailed it. Huh. Serve. to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner is wild. Sinner just tried to unload on that thing. Basquiat. Alcaraz in... Alcaraz. Basquiat, the abdominal injury, you think? Serve. Ace. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner. Another forehand from Alcaraz. Another forehand from Sinner. Backhand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner down the line. Alcaraz. Alcaraz looks good. We're going back to deuce. Alcaraz is unloading huge on this forehand right now. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Lands on right in front of the line. Backhand from Sinner in the net. Alcaraz has a second break point in the first set. Yeah, Basquiat, I listened to her press conference as well. Sad. Serve. Fault. Serve. The backhand of Sinner. Or sorry, backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner. In the net. Alcaraz breaks. Alcaraz breaks. From 30 love, Alcaraz comes back and makes it happen. Alcaraz, serve, fault. Second serve. To the backhand of Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz. Another backhand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. That goes out. Forehand on the return. Forehand from Alcaraz. Backhand from Alcaraz to the backhand of Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz again to the backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner. Forehand to forehand here. Who's going to go up the line? Sinner's going to go up the line. Back cross court from Alcaraz. This is already... These fellas are already smacking this ball. I love when they do the court level shots and you see how powerful they're hitting the ball. Serve. Fault. Serve. Oh. Mistimed from Sinner. Body serve. Yeah, that abdominal injury is a little scary to me for Sinner. I may have underestimated that injury. Oh, Alcaraz for the winner. Serve to the backhand of Sinner. Drop shot. Oh, not a drop shot, but a little Roger Federer like fake drop shot to the push. One of Jannik Sinner's coaches saying that Jannik Sinner's abdominal issue is not a problem. It's he's 100%. Serve. Forehand from Sinner. Volley. Sinner. Alcaraz can't get to that drop shot volley. Serve. Fault. Serve to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner goes out. Yeah, you can never believe the coaches. Oh, yeah, he's fine. He's 100% fine. Behind the scenes, they're like, like, oh, shit, oh, shit, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. That goes out. Yeah. That's the hard thing about these injury timeouts and injuries is, no, they're never going to reveal to the public unless it's like obvious and they can't play and they have to pull out of a match. They're never going to reveal how bad an injury is. Forehand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz. Another forehand from Sinner. Defensive shot from Alcaraz. Another good defense from Alcaraz. Good defense from Alcaraz. Gets the error out of Sinner. Serve. Fault. Alcaraz looks a hell of a lot better than he did against Djokovic. Serve. Backhand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. Down the line. Is that in? Is it out? It's out. Steph Curry in the house. This, by the way, the stadium is only like half full right now, they said. Serve. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz, who hits it long. Oh. That would have been a scary passing shot. That would have been a terrifying passing shot to have to experience. Yay! All right. Okay. What a interesting start. Jannik Sinner fumbles a 30-love lead into the break. Alcaraz looking actually really scary at the moment if you're a Jannik Sinner fan. See, the thing is, my mind and my heart are always split because I want Carlos Alcaraz to win this. I want Carlos Alcaraz to win. I prefer Carlos Alcaraz as a player over Sinner, but my mind tells me Sinner. Corbs. Let's go. Let's go. Serve to the backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Volley from Sinner is a winner. Alcaraz or Sinner has come to the net a couple times. Sometimes that is a telltale sign that that there's something physical that they're worried about and they don't want to play long points. Winner from Alcaraz. .96-mile-an-hour forehand stop. I don't know if I've ever hit a serve 96 miles an hour. I literally don't know. I don't know how fast my serve is. Volley from Alcaraz. He comes to the net. Overhead. Lob. Put away. Easy money. Lob is a garbage can inside of a dumpster fire for Jannik Sinner. Serve. So Jannik Sinner has come to the net 5 times already. Which sometimes is a sign that there's something physical. Forehand from Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Out. 40-15. Errors early off of the racket of Jannik Sinner. Serve. Backhand to Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Volley from Sinner. Alcaraz chucks a defensive lob that goes long. If you are Jannik Sinner, you should be a little stressed. Serve to the backhand of Sinner. Drop shot from Alcaraz is good. Lob from Sinner goes long. Alcaraz holds. 3-1. Let's watch the MPHs on Jannik's serve. Forehand. Backhand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz. Winner. Oh, he's laying him on heavy right now. That forehand is brutal. Serve. Fault. Backhand from Alcaraz to the backhand of Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz up the line. Drop shot. Oh, that volley was sick. Drop shot volley from Alcaraz. Insane. Insane. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner with some anger in that one. Some anger in that shot. 112 mile an hour anger. Spike Lee in the house. Spike Lee is always at the U.S. Open. Serve is a fault. Second serve to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Another forehand from Alcaraz to the backhand of Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner. Deep. Backhand. Alcaraz goes long. Backhand from Alcaraz ends up long. Serve. Backhand from Alcaraz to the backhand of Sinner. Sinner coming up to the net. 40. The Sinner's serve looks like it is hovering around where it should be. In the 120-ish. I saw a 118, a 122, 124. Serve to the forehead of Alcaraz. Goes out. All right. Jannik Sinner is going to have to do some problem solving or call the Pope in Rome and ask the Pope to pray for a Carlos Alcaraz lull. You know, that could work. Maybe Carlos Alcaraz takes a siesta, you know. That could help as well. Oh, Carlos is a freak. He is playing much better. He's playing much better than he played against Djokovic. I always do this. Sometimes Carlos, he can just have bad, sloppy days, but it says nothing about what he's going to do when the pressure is on. Carlos Alcaraz is a pressure time player. But I got to stick with my prediction. For the integrity of it. Backhand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner goes out. Alcaraz, 15. Backhand from Sinner on the return goes out. Serve to the forehand of Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner up the line. Carlos is there easy. He's there easy. 40 love. That was too easy for Alcaraz. Ace, Alcaraz. This is an immaculate beginning for Alcaraz. Free for me? Oh, Kevin Hart is here. Kevin Hart in the house. I wonder what his prediction was. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner goes out. Ooh. The errors from Sinner are stacking up. Serve to the forehand of Alcaraz. That goes out. Kevin Hart used to be funny. He's not very funny anymore. Serve to the forehand of Alcaraz. Another forehand from Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Drop shot from Alcaraz. And Sinner ends up hitting it wide. Oh. Sinner gets up to a kind of a poor drop shot and just ends up pushing it wide. That is a 9 out of, maybe 8 out of 10 shots. Sinner gets that one. Serve. Fault. So that's a 123. Second serve. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner in the net. Oh, buddy. Jannik Sinner in early trouble. My iPhone wants me to reflect on how I feel right now. Take your guess. Serve. Fault. Serve. Forehand of Alcaraz in the net. Hey, Marat Safin in the house. Serve to the forehand of Carlos. Forehand from Sinner. Volley from Sinner in the net. And Carlos breaks. Very ugly from Sinner. Error after error. And unusual for him to come to the net 10 times. He's coming to the net 10 times. Let's see what he did in his last match. Oh. Who's that guy? No, that's not what I wanted. Let's see how many times he came to the net against Felix in the entire match. Okay, he came to the net. He came to the net about 17 times, but he's already come to the net 11 times, did I say? In this match? What about against Musetti? How many times did he come to the net against Musetti? 20 times. So he's already on pace to more than double his points up at the net if he continues this pace. And double is kind of a lot. All right, Alcaraz to serve for the set. Can't imagine that he fumbles this. Serve to the backhand of center. Forehand from Alcaraz to the forehand of center. Forehand from Alcaraz again. Winner. Alcaraz, center doesn't even try to run after that one. Serve to the forehand of center. Forehand from Alcaraz to the forehand of center. 30. Punishing. Serve. Forehand of Sinner. Volley from Alcaraz. Sinner tries to go straight at him, but he goes in the net. And Sinner better just get ready for 5. Serve. Fault. Serve. Forehand from center in the net. Alcaraz. First set. Alcaraz. And if Sinner is going to win this, there's no way he doesn't have to go 5. That was huge. My. Well, well, well. Here we are. Tons of errors from Sinner. And then Alcaraz just laid on the winners there at the end of that set. And barely any errors. This goes back to, I suppose, what I was saying in this Djokovic Alcaraz match, is that I didn't feel like Alcaraz was even playing. He looked sloppy, but he looked sloppy in a way that he wasn't even really like he had 2 or 3 more gears that he could access if he wanted to. And he was like taking a little bit of pity on Novak. Like he was playing Novak a little bit easy. He's like, this may be your last U.S. Open. I don't want to beat you too bad. Forehand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz in the net. But set two underway. Jannik Sinner hoping for a better start. He got broken twice in the first set and had 0 break opportunities. Serve to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Alcaraz on the stretch backhand. No good. I don't think Sinner has had one easy hold. He's had constant pressure. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Lands in. Another backhand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner in the net. Serve. Fault. Second serve. Double. 30 all. Serve. Forehand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz to the backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner again to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Backhand from Sinner in the net. Alcaraz rolling over Sinner. Serve from Sinner. Fault. Second serve. To the forehand of Alcaraz in the net. We're going deuce. That is still pressure for Jannik. Serve. To the forehand of Alcaraz. That goes wide. Sinner. Serve. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. To the forehand of Alcaraz in the net. All right, Sinner gets a hold. But that's just the basics. That is just the basics. Woo! Drama here at the U.S. Open. Serve from Alcaraz to the backhand of center. Backhand of center goes out. Phone's going away. Fantasy football can wait. I'm gotta lock in on this. This is major. Literally, it's a major. 30 for Alcaraz. Serve. Backhand of center goes out. Serve. Fault. Serve. Backhand from center goes out. Alcaraz game. Easy. Easy money. Alcaraz continues holding at love. Scary. Serve. Fault. Second serve. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from center. Backhand from Alcaraz again to the backhand of center. Backhand slice backhand from Alcaraz. Another slice backhand. Lands on the line. And Alcaraz opens up down the line. Volley. Drop shot. Good for Alcaraz. And he just... Alcaraz is doing whatever he wants with the tennis ball right now. Serve. It is a fault. Second serve. To the backhand of center. Or backhand of Alcaraz. Another backhand from Alcaraz to the forehand of center. Backhand from Alcaraz to the backhand of center. Backhand from Alcaraz again. Forehand from Alcaraz. Forehand from center. Another forehand from center. Forehand to forehand. Alcaraz eventually in the net. But that was a lot of work for Jannik. That was a lot of work. Serve. Ace. How fast was that one? 119. Ace out wide for center. Serve. It's good, but center with a winner. Short ball. Serve. Fault. Serve. Oh, oh, it's a let. Whee. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Goes long. Sinner holds. All right. And that was a smoother hold for Sinner than he's had probably this entire match. All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's hang in there. Early in the second set. Not a whole lot to speak of yet. That's a fault. Except for Alcaraz is serving great. Backhand from Alcaraz to forehand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz in the net. Serve. Fault. Like 10 feet out, that fault was. Serve to the backhand of Sinner. Forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner is big. That's a drop shot from Sinner. Alcaraz is there. Oh, and he doesn't let that one just go. Sinner does not just let that one fly. It may have gone out if he had let it go, but goes ahead and takes care of it himself. Alcaraz is so fast. He's so fast. Sinner with a little mini opportunity here for a break. A little small opportunity. Alcaraz could shut the door very quick, though. Forehand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand, backhand from Alcaraz goes out. 3 break points for the carrot. He's dressed in the orange too. Why would he do that? Why would Nike do this to Jannik Sinner? Why would they say, hey, you look like a carrot. Let's dress you in all orange. Serve. Fault. Another big fault. That just crossed my mind. To hell with Nike. Backhand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner lands in. He gets himself a break early in the second. I assume Carlos Alcaraz is going to take that personal. He better. Jannik Sinner gets himself a break. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Double. Whoa. Not what you want to do there. If I was Jannik Sinner's coach, I would have told him, do not double fault the second that you break. I don't know why his coaches didn't tell him that. His coaches... Serve. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. Yeah, Alcaraz sat there and watched that ball. He thought his backhand return had probably gone out. 15-all. Serve. Fault. Second serve. To the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Cross court. Winner. Forehand winner. 91-mile-an-hour forehand winner, by the way. My God. Serve to the forehand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner again to the forehand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner up the line. Carlos is there. Another backhand from Alcaraz in the net. Sinner may be going on a run. He is. 9 out of the last 10 points go to Jannik. Serve. Backhand from Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner in the net. Alcaraz unloaded on that forehand. Just straight up the middle of the court and said, deal with it. What are you going to do about it? Serve. Fault. Serve. The backhand of Alcaraz. The backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz to the backhand of Sinner up the line. Forehand from Sinner. Playing it up the center of the court at the moment. Sinner tried to take control. He goes up the line with that shot. Backhand from Alcaraz. So forehand from Alcaraz in the net. Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner. 4-1. You can't have imagined that Sinner was going to take a 6-2 loss in the first set lightly. You can't have imagined he was going to take it sitting down. Ooh, buddy. All right. Here we are. Back and forth, up and down match at the moment. Yeah, I don't love watching these matches on ABC or ESPN, anything like that. I like watching them on Tennis Channel and Tennis TV because then I can watch them. I can see what they're doing during their during the changeover. I like to see what they do. But whatever. Here we are. Serve from Sinner, or Alcaraz rather. Serve. Is a fault. Second serve. To the backhand of Sinner. Backhand from Sinner goes out. Serve is a fault from Alcaraz. Serve to the is a let. So second serve. Forehand from Alcaraz. Another forehand from Alcaraz to the backhand of Sinner. Volley from Alcaraz is pushed wide. Yeah, that was uncharacteristic. He should have just smashed it and put it away. Instead, he looks like he tried to guide it into the corner. Serve. Fault. Second serve. To the forehand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. Volley from Alcaraz. Drop shot volley. Too good. Too good. Amazing. And I keep saying that on all of these points, but that's just, these guys just play high level when they play each other. Insane. Serve to the backhand of Sinner in the net. Forehand from Sinner is no good. Alcaraz holds. And Jannik Sinner is going to serve for 5-2. This is a big game for the Spaniard. He's only down a break. Is he down a break or 2 breaks? See if he gets this. He's down. Forehand. He's down 2 breaks. Because if he won this, if Alcaraz won this one, it'd be. No, he's down a break. He's down a break. Never mind. Just 1. Never mind. Serve from Sinner. Sorry, down low 15. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Again, forehand from Sinner. Backhand from Sinner. And another backhand from Sinner. Forehand. Backhand from Alcaraz goes out. Sinner to serve. Fault. Second serve. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. To the forehand of Sinner. Does it land in or out? It's just out. Oh. Alcaraz laying the pressure on Sinner. Let's see how he responds. Serve from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Alcaraz again to the forehand of Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner again. Another backhand from Alcaraz. Forehand from Alcaraz to the backhand of Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner. Alcaraz tries to hit a big forehand. It ends up in the net. Man, you can sense it. And when Alcaraz is about to unleash one, you feel it before it even comes off of the racket. You can see it in his hips, in the position that the ball he's going for. That's exciting. But that one ends up in the net. Serve. Fault. Would have been a good time for a first serve. Second serve. To the forehand of Alcaraz, but that was a great second serve. That was a great second serve. That surprised Alcaraz. He was not ready for that serve. Serve is a fault. Second serve. To the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz in the net. Sinner holds. That's big. Alcaraz made a push, but he comes up empty-handed in that game. He did make a push for it when it was it 15-30? It was 15-30 at one point in that game. I think it was 15-30. Hey yo, let's do this. Hey, I've been doing this stream for 2 months now. We've done let's see, we did the finals of Wimbledon, so I won't count that. DC, Cincinnati, Toronto, and Montreal, and the US Open. We've done 4 full tournaments. Drop your name or say something in the chat if you have been here for multiple tournaments. If you've been hanging out and you've been here for multiple tournaments, or if you're just a repeat. If you are a repeat viewer here. I'm curious about who is hanging out. Or you know what? F it. Drop a hell yeah in the chat if you have been here. If you are a repeat viewer. Drop a hell yeah in the chat. Serve coming from Alcaraz. All right. Alcaraz. Catherine, been here for multiple tournaments. Backhand from Sinner is good enough. Yes, Catherine, you came in Canada. You came here in Canada. Serve to the forehanded center in the net. 15-0. If you haven't been here for multiple tournaments, or you're not a repeat and you're new here, thank you very much for hanging out. I hope that you enjoy it. Serve. Ace from Alcaraz. Nice timing. Serve to the backhand of center. Goes very far out. All right. This is just what the doctor ordered for Alcaraz. An easy hold. Fault. Serve to the forehand of center. Forehand from Alcaraz goes out. Serve to the backhand of center, and that lands out. So Alcaraz gonna try to fight off the set. Or gonna try to stay in the set, rather. Didn't Alcaraz win the first set at Wimbledon? Or was that in straights? Yeah, Alcaraz won the first set at Wimbledon. Forehand from center. Good for a winner. That's sick. Sinner hits a beauty. Serve. Fault. Serve. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Sinner goes out. Here's our first real look of pressure for Sinner when he is up. Serve from Sinner. Fault. He needs some first serves in, does Sinner. Second serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Another forehand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz, which is deep. Forehand. Oh. Wild forehand from Alcaraz. Still drops in. Drop shot from Alcaraz. Sinner. There. Put it away. It took him a second shot to get the point, but Sinner did get it. And how does Sinner hit that shot off of that ball? That's so good. Wasn't a bad time for a drop shot. Serve to the forehead of Alcaraz. That goes out. Unreturnable. Sinner set points. 2 set points. And we will be even. Serve. Fault. Second serve. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner. Short ball. Alcaraz gets up to it. Hits it long. Sinner battles back and gets the second set. At this pace, I cannot see how this does actually not go 5. Because Alcaraz will pick his game back up. Sinner will pick his game up. And they're going to go back and forth. Strap in. Y'all want to hear totally un-US Open finals related. Y'all want to hear something sad? I walked out to my car this morning. I've been working inside for like 2 or 3 days straight. In a locked garage, my car got broken into, and they stole my tennis bag. They stole my tennis bag. I have no more tennis rackets. I have no tennis balls. I have a bunch of gear in there, jump ropes, like expensive jump ropes. Strings. I have like probably over $100 worth of tennis strings in there. And I never leave my tennis bag in my car. but I happened to leave my tennis bag in my car this time. And I don't know how they got in because the car was locked, but they didn't break a window. They must have had a remote. They must have had a they must have programmed something to get into it. Super sucky. That sucked. I did not like that. And I didn't realize that they got my tennis bag until like until I guess I realized that they broke into my car last night when I went to go work out. When I went to the park to go do pull-ups and push-ups and run a little bit. And then I realized then that, but I was like, okay, well, they got my tools. They got a tool bag, and they got like $30 in change. I was like, whatever. All right. But then last night I woke up at like 3 a.m. and I was like, no. And I turned on the light, and I looked in the corner where my tennis bag is usually sitting, and my tennis bag was gone. So there's my drama for the day. Sinner returns a good ball, and it gets Alcaraz in a really bad position. Good serve from Alcaraz. Serve is a fault. Second serve to the backhand of Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner down the line. Alcaraz on the stretch in the net. 30. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Serve. Backhand from Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. It's a winner. It's a beauty. It's a beauty. Serve is a let. Second serve. First serve. First serve to the backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. Oh, he faked a drop shot. Game, Alcaraz. But Alcaraz has some explaining to do after the second set. Alcaraz came out like a monster. And Sinner reorganized himself. So look at this is like basically flipped stats for Alcaraz. 11 winners and 2 unforced errors in the first set. 5 winners and 10 unforced errors in the second set for Alcaraz. And Sinner is still just kind of steady. Out from center. Out from center. Serve. Fault. Second serve. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from center. Backhand from Alcaraz again. Lands on the back of the line. Forehand from Alcaraz to the forehand of center. Backhand from Alcaraz. Backhand from center in the net. Alcaraz up 30 love. Yeah, that's a good observation, Basquiat. Sinner's first serve has sucked. Good observation. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz in the net. If he's going to give himself a shot, he needs more serves in. He's serving a whole lot more than Alcaraz is. Serve. Fault. Serve. To the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from center. Alcaraz on a stretch. Can't get there. 30 all. Sinner does look vulnerable this opening service game. Serve from center. With the serve clock counting down. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from center to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from center again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from center. Nice forehand from Alcaraz. That was dangerous. Alcaraz, opportunity to break. Serve from center to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from center. He misses it. Alcaraz breaks. And if it's anything like the first two sets, one break is all you need. Jannik Sinner. Serve from Alcaraz to the backhand of center. Backhand from Alcaraz to the backhand of center. Drop shot from Alcaraz. Sinner's there and hits a winner. Serve. Fault. Serve to the backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. Wide. Sinner up 30 love. Serve. It is a fault from Alcaraz. Second serve. To the backhand of Sinner. Sinner throws up a lob. It's deep. Oh, no. No. Oh, no. That... So Sinner threw up a huge backhand lob that was actually really good. And Alcaraz hits an overhead from the baseline, but puts a nasty curve on it. He put a sick ace. I mean, that thing was basically like a kick serve. Serve from Alcaraz is a fault. Serve to the backhand of Sinner in the net. Serve to the forehand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Again, punishing forehands. Drop shot from Sinner is not very good. Sinner's there. Volley. Alcaraz. Winner. Alcaraz from the Love 30 opening of the service game comes back and wins it. He is so good. He is so good. Ooh. He is so good, Alcaraz is. That was very nice.
It's a rare thing when someone you've been with for so long finds a way to surprise you. It's like discovering each easy-to-use platform now.
And it is important to pay attention to that service stat that Basquiat made us aware of earlier. It's the 66 to 80. 80 is a lot. Because right now, Sinner's doing about average on his service points. All right, Sinner to serve is a fault. He's going to keep missing that first serve. That first serve percentage just keeps dipping. Second serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner. Forehand from Sinner in the net.
Feeling great about things at the end of the second, got frustrated really quickly early in the third.
Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner goes out. This whole match has been very streaky. It's been very streaky. You know, one of them's playing really well. The other one's getting smashed. The other one's, getting smashed. The other one's doing well. Just flip flop. Serve to the backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz again. Finds a line. Ooh. We are looking at a double break. That happened fast. Serve to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. Goes long, but still in a very good position. Sinner. I can't trust anything that is happening in this match right now. I have no idea what's going to happen next. But I know Sinner is facing 2 break points. Fault. And that he can't get a first serve in. Serve to the backhand of Sinner. Backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Alcaraz again to the forehand of Sinner, which goes out. Alcaraz up a double break. Double break. And that's got to be the first time that's happened to Jannik Sinner in a long time. This probably feels very unfamiliar for Sinner to be down a double break. Serve. Fault. Serve to the backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz in the net. And this is not like the opening set where Sinner can kind of a little bit throw his hands up in the last game or two and just say, you know what, I'm going to reset and try in the second again. This is important because 1 set to love is very different than 2-1. Ace from Carlos. Serve. Ace. Alcaraz serves. A fault. Second serve to the backhand of center. Forehand from Alcaraz. Alcaraz getting a little streaky. To solidify a double break. Serve. Fault. Serve to the backhand of center. Forehand from Sinner goes out. Jannik Sinner. I think Jannik Sinner is headed to Olive Garden. I think that we might see a breadstick here. I don't think they do not eat bagels in Italy. Can anybody confirm this? Does anyone do in Italy do they eat bagels? I don't know if they eat bagels in Italy, but I do know that they eat breadsticks. Hey, I want in my heart I want Alcaraz to win. Like he is my preferred player. So I'm not in pain. I love this. I don't know. I don't think that they eat bagels in Italy, but I've been to a damn Olive Garden before, and I know about them breadsticks. I will be right back in about 30 seconds. All right. We're looking at a 15 love for center. Backhand from Alcaraz is good. Forehand from Alcaraz. Oh, Alcaraz. I think that the Spanish are about to introduce bagels to the Italians. Serve from center to the backhand of Alcaraz. Goes long. Serve from Jannik. To the forehand of Alcaraz. Goes out. All right. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Goes long. All right. Sinner not interested in a bagel. He says, I don't want that shit. Serve from Alcaraz. Ace. Second serve. Or sorry, second serve of the game. Backhand from Sinner. It goes out. It goes out. 2 points away from a 2-set lead. Two-points away. This looks dominant right now. Serve. Fault. Hard to imagine coming back from a 1-6 game. Backhand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner again to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner is big. Sinner lets go on a forehand up the middle. Just to remind Alcaraz that he's still playing. Serve is a fault. Second serve to the backhand of Sinner. Backhand from Sinner goes out. Alcaraz 2 set points. Sinner in huge trouble in this major. Serve to the backhand of Sinner. Alcaraz gets a 2-set lead. Wow. Alcaraz is stunning Jannik Sinner, and he is playing. Let's remember what is on the line here. World number 1 is on the line. Major count this year would go 2-2. Major count for Alcaraz would go to 6, I believe. Yep, major count would go to 6 for Alcaraz, and Jannik Sinner would stay at 4 rather. So this is an opportunity for Sinner to not only close the gap in the head-to-head battle, but to assert himself as the clear number 1 player this year and tie Alcaraz in major finals total, Grand Slam titles. So there's quite a lot of pride on the line here for this. But Alcaraz is man, that's tough to consider coming from a when somebody just 6-1 to you. We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
With Amex Business Platinum, get the business value you need. With benefits like access to the Centurion Lounge, 1.5 times membership rewards points on select business purchases, and a flexible spending limit that adapts with your business. You can take your hit
No
product
crying.
from
Don't
table
cry.
to shelf.
This is the this match is very streaky. Like we have not seen Carlos and Sinner both play great at the same time. They've been one has a slump, one goes off. The other has a slump, and then the other goes off. But we have not seen them both uh, playing great at the same time. Backhand from Sinner goes out. Dang, see, Sinner hit one winner in the third set. That's bad. But he only hit 3 errors, so he didn't even really have, or 5 errors rather. Backhand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Alcaraz goes out. Sinner didn't even really get a chance to play in the second set. Alcaraz was just crushing everything. I mean, let the man play. The man wants to play tennis. Let him play. Serve to the forehand of backhand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Alcaraz goes out. 30. Very streaky this whole match. I have not seen a match like this between them. Usually their matches are battles like each set. Serve the forehand of Sinner or forehand from Alcaraz. Another forehand from Alcaraz is good. 30 all.
If you're skinny like that, you're not usually winning if you're skinny, right?
So good luck, maybe that's where the game is going next.
Serve from Sinner is a fault. Second serve to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Oh, fake drop shot from Alcaraz, but Sinner still in the point. Forehand from Alcaraz. Backhand of Sinner up the line. Cross court forehand from Alcaraz. Backhand from Alcaraz. Sinner with the pass. No good. Oh boy. Sinner in trouble for another break. Sinner in trouble for another break. Serve. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from center. Lands in. And Alcaraz hits it long. Ooh, he cut it close. Oh. It was inside the line, actually, but man, Sinner has just not been super accurate. That I just feel like it's like everything is scary off of his racket at the moment. Serve. Good serve. Good serve from Sinner. Serve is a fault. Second serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner. Drop shot from Alcaraz. Sinner is up to it, but he hits it in the net. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. Sinner. Serve clock winding down. Fault. He could get a time violation for the serve. He is cutting it close. Serve. Double fault from Sinner. Double fault from Sinner. Serve to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz. Nice shot from Sinner. Alcaraz on the stretch. He gets it, but Sinner gets it back as well. There you go. And Sinner is doing a little bit more. He's more animated than ever. He just put his hand up. He put his arm up after that one to get some cheers. You know? He said, "Give me some." That is more emotion that you see from Sinner than 95% of his matches. Deuce. Serve. In the net. Serve. Just backhand of Carlos. Backhand from Carlos goes out. And Jannik Sinner gives himself a little pump up there. We just hit 2 hours. Serve is a fault. Second serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Sinner throws up a lob. Oh, that lands out. What a great return from Alcaraz. An immediate pressure back on Sinner. He is serving a whole lot more than Alcaraz, which is problematic. Serve. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from center. Winner. And the crowd is loving it today. The crowd is loving the level of tennis today. They are excited. They haven't been a very animated crowd throughout the tournament, but today they're hyped. Fault. Second serve. To the backhand of Sinner. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Alcaraz goes long. Sinner gets a game to open the fourth, but it was a long game. That was probably pushing 7-8 minutes. Oh. All right. Sinner. Back to return. Fault from Alcaraz. Serve to the backhand of Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz is a winner. It's just sick. Serve. Fault. Serve to the backhand of Sinner, to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner goes out. Love. 30 love. Rather, 30 love. Serve.
Sinner said he's got 4 more years to reach what he hopes will be his peak at 28.
Serve. To the forehand of Alcaraz. Another backhand from Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner. To the forehand of Alcaraz in the net. Hey, thank you for another like on the video. We got 9 people here. Can we get up to 10 likes on the video? Can we get up to 10? Let's see if we can get 10. Thank you very much for watching. Serve to the backhand of Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Alcaraz on the stretch. Oh, Alcaraz is just hitting too good today. Alcaraz is just on it. Serve. Forehand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Drop shot. No, not a redrop. Lob from Alcaraz. Oh, Alcaraz is there. He puts that one away. game. Alcaraz is here. And he's the one that's producing the spectacular shots. He's the one in the right position. If Sinner's going to get something done, he's going to have to find another level to his game. Serve. Fault. Second serve. To the backhand of Alcaraz. To the backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz in the net. Diddy oil party, huh? I'm calling the police. Hey! Thank you for the like. We're up to 10 likes. Serve. Fault. Serve. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner. To the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner goes out. 15-all. Then there's a whole other group of people watching the match at Susan Longland. Joe, what's going on? Serve from Sinner is a fault. Serve to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Sinner, volley, put away. Serve. Fault. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz in the net. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz in the net. All right. Well, this is the first set where we have 3 consecutive holds. If I'm correct. I believe, if I recall, that none of the first 3 sets, there was a break within the first 3 games. ¿Qué pasa? What? Ugh. Everyone, Joe knows who's right there. Joe knows that you are goofing there. boy, oh boy.
Steve, you made it. This opening wouldn't have happened without you. The freedom to make all your clients' dreams a reality. The feeling is mass mutual.
I legitimately, I literally have no idea what is going to happen next in this match. The match has been streaky. Neither player has really played. Alcaraz is clearly the better player today. So Sinner will have to pull off something amazing if he wants to take this to 5. Forehand. Volley from Alcaraz is good. That's the way that Sinner will have to do something incredible to even make this go to 5. Serve from Alcaraz. It is a fault. And even if he goes to 5, it is not certain. Serve to the backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz hits the tape and lands on his side. Hey, if you're here for the first time and you have not subscribed and you've been enjoying the match so far, go ahead, hit that button, subscribe. Serve. Oh, ace. Let's go. Serve. It is a fault. Backhand from Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. Or forehand from Sinner, rather, in the net. 40. Forehand from Alcaraz to the backhand of Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz again to the backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner. Stretch. Alcaraz. He misses. Jeez.
Essentially on a dead run. Normally you would think, okay, they're going to play it. They're just stay in the point, play defensive shot, playing offensive shot.
Serve is good. That goes out from Sinner. 4 consecutive holds. Are we going 5 sets? By the way it looks, no. By the way it looks at the moment, Alcaraz is going to pull ahead and take control of this. Sinner is surviving at the moment. So no one has defended the U.S. Open since Roger Federer in, I believe, 2008. So it's a big ask from Sinner. And he's going to have to do something incredible today if he wants that history. And if he wants to keep his #1 ranking. Backhand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz on the run. Forehand from Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz. Drop shot. Sinner. Sinner misses it. Alcaraz gets it. That was a crazy point. Backhand return. Sinner up the line. Alcaraz on the stretch. Defensive shot down the middle. Boom. Drop shot volley. Lands a little deep. Then the volley from Sinner wide. The crazy points seem to be going Alcaraz's way as well. Good serve. Fault. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz, to the backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz to the forehand of Sinner. Goes out. So Alcaraz is holding easy on serve lately. And Sinner has been on pressure in his serve the entire match. He has served 28 more serves than Alcaraz throughout the entire match. 28 more serves. It's a lot. Fault. Second serve. Double. This is huge. This could be all Alcaraz needs. This is huge. Fault. Second serve. To the backhand of Alcaraz. To the backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. To the forehand of Sinner. Goes long. Alcaraz gets a break. And now all Alcaraz has to do is protect his serve. If Alcaraz can protect his serve, it'll be his.
Any business can use AI. IBM helps you use AI to change how you do business. Let's create smart business. IBM. When you're with Amex Platinum, you can go the distance for what you love. And with travel perks like guaranteed 4 p.m. checkout with 5 hotels and resorts, you have more time to celebrate. That's the powerful backing of American Express. ABC's coverage of the 2025 U.S. Open is presented
Wow. Alcaraz just running away with this thing. Good for him. Serve to the forehand of Sinner. Goes out. Alcaraz is he's played well this tournament, but he has not been playing like this. Forehand from Alcaraz goes out. $15. Serve to the forehand of Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz off the tape. Forehand from Alcaraz goes out. Do. Sorry, from Alcaraz it went out. Rather. Serve. Ace. 30 all. 30 all. Serve to the backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz to the backhand of Sinner is just a simple, easy put away. Alcaraz, 40-30. Serve. Another ace. Alcaraz is laying it on heavy now. Sinner first serve is been bad. Serve is a fault. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Alcaraz goes out. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz again to the forehand of Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz down the line. Alcaraz tries to come into the net, but does not get the pickup volley. Serve. Fault. Second serve to the forehand of Alcaraz. That goes long. All right, Sinner. He needs the easy hold. His holds would have been a lot easier if he was making first serves. Serve. Fault. Serve to the forehand of Alcaraz. Backhand from center. Forehand from Alcaraz. Winner. .99-mile-an-hour forehand up the line. What are you talking about? Serve is a fault. Backhand from Alcaraz goes out. Every hold is critical. And now this break is critical. Jannik Sinner in a do or die spot, really, at the moment. All right. We're getting down to the business end of the tournament. Well, of the match. We're in the business end of the tournament, but we're getting to the business end of this match right now, where the decision is going to be made. Oh. How are y'all doing? Y'all hanging in there? It's been a good second week of this tournament. The first week was a little underwhelming. It was a little weak. We lost some good players early. Bublik was exciting throughout the tournament. Bublik had a great tournament. He just ran into Jannik in the quarters, and that's a problem. So the thing is, I don't think Carlos does to Bublik what Jannik did to Bublik. And the matches against Bublik and Musetti were so convincing that tricked me. Or I guess, when did forehand from Carlos is good. Carlos is ramping up the serve right now, and he's getting the first serves in. Oh, we're actually at 30 love. Because the commercial break. Ace. 40 love. He came back from commercial and 1 point had already been played. 128 ace down the tee. And Jannik has no responses for the serves. Serve to the forehand of Jannik. Goes out. Alcaraz is 4 points away. Alcaraz 4 points away. Sinner. He's got to expect some pressure. Serve. Fault. He still can't get a first serve in. Second serve. To the backhand of Carlos. Forehand from Sinner goes out. It looks like it. It looks like this carrot is cooked. I thought it was funny. Serve. To the backhand of Carlos. Backhand from Carlos goes out. He still has a say until the last point. Sinner has a say. So, don't go anywhere. 2 hours and 30 minutes. Serve to the forehead of Carlos. Forehead from center. Forehead from Carlos. He tries to go up the line with a kill shot. That doesn't land it. Serve. Fault. 0 first serves in this all-important game. 0 first serves. Second serve. To the backhand of Carlos. In the net. But he's getting away with it. He's getting away with it. Come on. We would like to see a 5th set. Serve. Fault. 0 first serves. Good God. Serve. Backhand from Carlos to the backhand of center. Backhand from Carlos again to the backhand of center. That goes out. And he's even taking pace off of the serve as well. Serve to the backhand of Carlos, to the forehead of center. Forehead from Carlos down the line. Backhand from center, down the center of the court. Forehead from center. Backhand from Carlos in the net. One more game to decide this. Potentially. Not trying to step on the center fans. Carlos, 4 points away, and he's serving immaculately. Who's going to take it? Is Sinner going to come back? These things do happen. Players get at the finish line. They feel the pressure. 1 or 2 points can change everything. In fact, I was just talking about it the other day. I was watching the Roger Federer Novak Djokovic 2011 final, where Roger Federer choked away 2 or 3 match points and ends up losing. And stunned Roger. So, not saying it's going to happen, but it is not over until the last shot is hit. All right, here we go. 4 points away for Carlos. Serve. Fault. Second serve. To the backhand of Sinner. Backhand from Carlos. Backhand from Sinner to the forehand of Carlos. Forehand from Sinner lands in. Forehand from Sinner again. Another forehand from Sinner. Backhand. Forehand from Carlos. Forehand from Sinner is wide. And Sinner unleashed fury on a couple of those forehands. And Alcaraz stood strong. Alcaraz stood strong on a couple of those forehands. Serve. Fault. Second serve. To the backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. The winner. Is it written in stone? Not yet. Does it look likely? Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Serve. To the backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz. That goes long. 15 for Sinner. Oh, my heart rate. My heart's pumping. My heart is pumping, chat. Serve. To the forehand of Sinner. Drop shot from Alcaraz. Sinner up to it. Cross court. He misses. He misses. Alcaraz. 2 championship points for the 2025 U.S. Open final and the world #1 ranking. Serve. Forehand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz in the net. 1 match point disappears. Two hours, 40 minutes. Fault. Serve. To the backhand of Sinner. Lands in. Match points disappear like that. Winner down the line from Jannik Sinner on a backhand return. Deuce. Not done with the game. Serve. Forehand from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Lob from Sinner. Alcaraz puts it away. We're going back. 3. Third match point. Third match point. Ace. Ace. Carlos Alcaraz, world number 1. Take a bow. Take a bow, Carlos. 2 Grand Slams this year. He moves up to 6 Grand Slam titles total. The champ. The champ in the Trump. Trump looked like he was betting on... Trump looks like he lost a bet on Sinner. Trump just like... He just went like... He looks like he lost a bet on Sinner. Anyways, forget Trump. Forget Trump. Carlos Alcaraz. Big hug to Juan Carlos Ferrero. Big hugs to all of his team members. Incredible. Incredible. Carlos, I will stand by the fact that Carlos did not look good against Djokovic. But that doesn't matter because Carlos Alcaraz stands up to the pressure. And here we go. Here we are. In a weird match, like not a normal match for Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner. The 2, 3, 1, 4, like that's not a normal score line for a Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner match. There's usually a tiebreak. There's usually a 7-5. Something. But this was just up and down, very streaky. "22 years old, and he's won 6 majors. Underestimated it. Underestimated him. So I took with I bet my I go and I do bets with my brother a lot for who's gonna win the tournaments, and I bet my brother at the French that that Sinner was gonna win. Carlos won, and then at Wimbledon I bet Carlos was gonna win. Sinner won. And here, I probably would have taken Sinner. Don't come to me for predictions. Don't come to me for predictions. I am here for entertainment purposes only. I never claim to be a prediction master. Awesome. Hey, well, this was actually a great second week of this tournament. This was a really good second week to the tournament. There you have it. Carlos Alcaraz, new world number 1. Naked Eyes, thank you for being here and for being here for multiple matches. That's awesome. That is awesome. I will be streaming more tournaments. The stream will only get better. So don't think that the U.S. Open is the last time that you will see me. And if you're new here and you like the U.S. Open, but you don't know kind of the rest of the tennis schedule, the Laver Cup is up next. That is the next big tournament, Laver Cup, and then you have Paris and Shanghai, Davis Cup. Right, the Laver Cup is where basically the European countries play everybody else, because it's Team Europe versus Team World, and Team Europe is probably gonna crush it. If we're just being honest. And I am going to stick around for the award ceremony. We'll listen to Sinner and Alcaraz speak, and then we'll call it a tournament. But it's been a lot of fun with all of you. If you've been here, no matter how many matches, you've been here 1 match, 2 matches, or throughout the whole tournament. Been a lot of fun with you all. Thank you so much. Really. It's been so much fun. And be on the lookout for some videos on the channel as well. I'll post a post-tournament recap in a couple days. Actually, I'll probably post it tomorrow. I'll probably film it and post it tomorrow. All right. They're bringing the trophies out. I'm still curious about what they do with the trophies. If players have to return the trophies when they come back to the tournament, because it has everyone's name who's ever won the tournament engraved on it. So I wonder if they engrave them anew every single tournament. How many 1,000 events do we have? There are, I believe there's 2 left. I want to say there's 1,000 events left. So, Shanghai is going to be the first week of October. Paris is going to be the last week of October. Yeah, just 2. 2 1,000 events. But the Nito ATP Finals, the Six Kings Slam. Six Kings Slam will be in there. And Carlos is headed straight over to San Francisco, because that's where the Laver Cup is going to be hosted, in San Fran. And then after that, he is, boom, popping over right to Japan. He may cut one of those out. If he cuts one of those out, he'd probably cut out Japan, I would assume. Then in December, there is the next gen ATP finals, which could also be fun to watch.
Congratulations on a fantastic tournament, Jannik. The microphone is all yours.
All right, Jannik is going to give his comments.
First of all, I would like to start with Carlos and the whole team. You're doing amazing. Congrats. I know it's a lot of hard work behind this performance today. You were better than me, so congrats, my brother.
All right, congratulating Carlos, of course, congratulating him. Well done, Carlos.
And of course, my team. Thank you for supporting me, for understanding me, for working hard, and we all
And
know
I've got to
to be here in this stage. It has been an incredible
look
a lot of big stages and matches we played throughout the season.
for an
And
address
I'm
to a
super,
party.
super happy to share this moment with you, with my family, which is home.
Okay, it's only 30 minutes away. That's good.
I love my
That's not bad.
friends, and
Not bad.
I tried my best today.
So Yannick said he tried his best, but just did not work out.
Then, of course, I would like to thank everyone who made this place very, very special. Behind the scenes, I know how much work you put in. I know this is your last year, so it has been an incredible run. You always try to do your best for us, and we all are very sad that you won't be here next year. But thank you so much. Obviously, also the ball kids and the ball boys. It has been
Yannick,
very.
thanks to the event organizers and everybody else. And there's someone, I guess there's someone in charge that is leaving this year, and maybe like a tournament organizer or something like that. Because everybody has said goodbye to like this one dude.
You guys are amazing. Seeing a packed stadium, not only the finals, but starting from much, much earlier in the weeks, and you make this place so, so special. And yeah, I know you are very important people, and everyone is here. So we are all very, very happy to stand here on the court.
Yannick,
Try our best to make this the best show possible. So thank you so much, and see you guys.
gracious speech from Jannik Sinner. Very nice. And here comes Carlos. Here comes Carlos to the stage.
And now it's time to invite our two-time U.S. Open champion to the stage, Carlos Alcaraz.
Second U.S. Open title for Alcaraz. Here he comes up the stage. Shaking hands, looks at him in the eyes, and he says, I'm better at tennis than you. Thank you, sir. I'm better at tennis than you. Thank you, sir. I heard him. He said it. And Alcaraz hits the unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's so strange. These two guys, they've known each other since they were like 11, 12 years old. They've been playing each other. And then they rise up, and then now they're playing each other at the biggest stages in the world. So Carlos congratulates Yannick. Says, well done. Good for you. And then he thanks his team. How many Grand Slams did Novak or Federer win at 22? I don't know. Sounds like a chat GPT question. Here we go. We're going to Google it or chat GPT it because chat GPT is better than Google. So Carlos wins 6 before turning. Carlos wins 6. Novak had only won 1, and Roger had only won 3. Wow. So Carlos has doubled the amount that Roger won. That is double the amount. Crazy. And he just turned 22. He just turned 22 in May. Carlos did. Remember, Novak was a little like Novak won all of his titles in his 30s. Novak won most of his titles in his 30s when Roger was not winning as much anymore. Nadal, was doing his clay court thing, but really wasn't, that competitive at the, wasn't winning huge titles off of clay as frequently. Carlos, insane. You're welcome, Naked Eyes. Oh. But I wonder how many Rafa. $5 million to the winner, Carlos Alcaraz. Oh, see, Rafa, I figured Rafa won 6 titles before turning 23. And that was largely because of the French Open. Because he won 4 French Opens before turning 23. Woo! All right. Fantastic tournament, you all. Appreciate you being here. Be on the lookout for some videos. And be on the lookout for some new decor. I got a sign that is coming in that I'm gonna put up behind me. Texas Tennis Guy sign. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be awesome. Carlos Alcaraz pulls away. No, Nadal won 6 before turning 23. He won 4 Australian Opens. Sorry, 4 French Opens, rather. So Carlos has a chance to get ahead of that if he wins the Australian Open. All right. Thank you all. You've been a lovely crowd. Hope to see you back here. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that button. And I will catch you on the next one.